it's Ashley and I'm bringing you another video today. This one is specific to products that I cannot live without when I'm making candles in my home. So I wanted to just put together a list of items that you could easily find. The links are below in the description. And just things that you might already be using, but maybe you just need to get that quick prime shipping, or maybe things that you weren't quite sure about and you need a little bit more details around. But these are just a list of items that I use all the time when I'm pouring candles, and I thought they might be helpful for you guys. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Okay, the first thing that I cannot live without is a scale. So if you have poured one candle or you've poured 1,000 candles, you know that these are literally the most essential thing that we probably have outside of pouring pitchers, which I'll get to in a second. This is Etexity. I probably should have practiced that before going live with this, but that's fine. I will link it below. This is a scale that I use not only pouring my candles, but I use it for shipping. Full disclosure though, I am starting to ship things that are a bit bigger, like wholesale orders, so this doesn't actually fit the bill. But if you are just pouring candles at home and need something easy and reliable, this has been a wonderful scale that did not break the bank. And I have used it for shipping other products and things like that. So I literally I bought a second one because I have one at my pouring station and one at my shipping station. And it just works great. So I wanted to give a little shout out to a good product. Even though I'm kind of growing out of it, it's a perfect starter scale for everyone. Not something that is brain breaking here, but we do need really good pouring pitchers. I found that I just needed to get a few more, so I grabbed them off of Amazon because of the free shipping. This one's worked wonderful. It is a mess, but you know, if you're actually pouring candles, I think it should be a mess. Another thing that I have is just a wooden spoon. I know that this probably comes with different opinions and how everyone stirs their fragrance oil into their wax. This one works really good for me, and I just dip it in some boiling water when I'm done or in between fragrances that I'm gonna stir. I think I got a pack of like 6 or 7, and it's been wonderful. And it's just really cute because wooden spoons are cute. The other thing that I cannot live without, you guys are gonna laugh, are these stickers. Let me see if I can focus it. Yep. See, I write a little note on there of what fragrance oil I'm using. I don't have a studio space, so I have to reuse my pouring pitchers. I know a lot of candle makers will have just dedicated pouring pitchers for dedicated scents. I don't have that. So what I do is I keep track of which one I'm pouring. And so this one is bergamot that I've been using. So I put the sticker on there. I also put the sticker in the mixing bowl that I pour the fragrance oils into. So I can kind of keep track when I'm doing multiple fragrances in a day, which I find works best for me. I can then kind of just keep track of which one's which. And then what I do is after I've poured them, I take this sticker on my little kitchen table that I use and I keep it with the candles that I poured that are that scent. So I reuse them. But I wish I was fancy enough to have a color coding system. I do not, but these little stickers go a long way for me, so I wanted to share them. So other things that I use all the time, and if you're making candles, you know that temperature is really important. So I actually had taken this meat thermometer that I stole from my husband from when we grill out, and I started using it for when I was making candles because I didn't have anything and I needed to check the temperature. I will say this thing is wonderful. It is the most accurate that I have found. And I literally had to go and buy him another one because I stole this one and it smelled like candles now. I mean, literally it has like temperatures for like beef and lamb. I mean, it's hilarious. That's how much it's not made for candle making, but it works. Now, what happened is I followed another YouTuber and they suggested this guy, which actually I'm just now realizing is the same brand of the scale that I use. So it's Etexity, I think. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's a laser thermometer or an infrared thermometer, which basically you like, it has this little like cute screen on it. Wonderful. But my problem is that when I shoot this down like into my pouring pitcher of wax and it reads it, it always differs from this one. So since I tested all my candles with this one, I'm still going to stick with using this. I know that these work for people, so I don't want to say one is right or one is wrong. But I just had to stick with this one, and it's worked wonderfully, and I actually ended up buying a second one because this one gets just wax over it all the time, and I've even replaced the battery in it, and it's just been wonderful. I think either of them are great, but I just am a creature of habit. This one hasn't failed me yet, so I've kept it, and now I'm scared to change. So I wanted to share them both in case one works better for you than the other.
I've mentioned it before and I will mention it again. It is sleek. It is sexy. It is a black dress night out candle makers edition spring summer line 2021.
I've lost my purpose. You guys, this thing literally saves me, and I really feel like it saves me. When we are pouring these fragrance oils and the temperatures and the smells and everything, at the end of a day, if I pour like 200 candles, I am one, exhausted, but two, pretty much nauseous from smelling all these different scents in my house. This makes me feel so much better. It is a 3M Respirator, and while it is not sexy and it is not cute, it gets the job done, and it makes sure that we are protected while we are pouring. Also, these filters are detachable, so you can always change them out, you know, if they start to get a little grimy. I haven't gotten that yet, but they're just adorable and pink, so how could you not love them? I will link both of these items below. I think it was literally less than $20, and this is like the safest piece of equipment that you could use when pouring candles. Did I get my point across that it was the safest thing you could use for yourself while pouring wonderful candles? All right, guys, the other thing that I cannot live without, let me get both of them in here, are these pouring spouts. I don't know what their official name is. I guess I should look them up. As most of you know, I use a lot of Wood & Wick products. So Wood & Wick, you know, they like to do what they like to do, switch things up a little bit. There's two different sizes of their 16-ounce bottles. There are these, which have been around for a while. They're like short and stout. And these, which are tall and slender. There are tops for these ones that differ for tops from these ones. Now, I will say, let me get that out of the frame. I also purchased things from Candle Science and Flaming Candle Company. So the short and stout bottle tops fit the 16-ounce, let me find my words, from Flaming Candle Company and Candle Science. I've also tried some from Wellington Fragrance, and these fit. Now, with the new bottles from Wood & Wick Company, they have these ones with the red top. Now, I want to tell you guys is that these take forever to pour out. So you actually need to take like some type of like, I don't know, I didn't use a needle. I think I used a paper clip or something to kind of dig out a little bit of a bigger hole so that you don't spend 4 hours just pouring very precisely. So just something to note. So I will link all of these below. Again, these smaller, short, stout, Wood & Wick 16-ounce Flaming Candle, Candle Science, they all fit these ones that I will link below and make note of. And then the tall, slender ones from Wood & Wick, they fit these really well. So these have been a lifesaver because if you've watched my other videos, you'll know when we're pouring fragrance oil, I mean, that's like the holy grail. We can't drop any anywhere because that's just like money down the drain. So you don't want it spilling. These have been a lifesaver. If in the off chance I just don't have an extra bottle top or I just am in a pinch and I need to get things poured really quickly, if I ever over pour, I don't have one here with me, an eyedropper has literally been my savior. So I will literally suck up any of the fragrance oil that I over poured on and put it back into the bottle. It's very nice for not wasting any fragrance oil. And the other thing that I don't have here, but it's pretty self-explanatory, is rubber bands. I use rubber bands as a centering tool for my wicks. So I'll put 2 rubber bands over my vessel and then create a little lock for my wicks so that they're nice and centered. All right, guys, so I hope that this video is helpful. I went over just the things that I feel like are really helpful, maybe not self-explanatory, that could help you when making candles. All of these are listed below on Amazon, so if you want to check them out. And of course, if you have any questions, I love responding to them. Whether I know the answer or not, I will tell you one way or another. So leave a comment below. Let me know that you're watching. And if you have any questions or comments or suggestions on other videos that you'd like to see, or maybe I have already made them and I can share that link with you below. My name is Ashley. I am a serial entrepreneur. I am taking you along in this candle making journey with me. So I thank you guys so much for watching. It really, really means the world. If you want to purchase any of my candles, you can find them at upsidegoodsco.com. If you want to sign up for our emails, if you're a candle maker or not, doesn't really matter. It is called the Candle Collective. We have a Facebook group, mentoring available, but I do a lot of marketing and strategy for small businesses of any industry. So I'm here and happy to help, guys. Check out my 30 for 30. You can schedule 30 minutes of just running through any questions that are burning holes in your brain or productivity. Let me know how I can help. Sign up below. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Brain fart. I don't know where that came from. Winston. What else did I want to talk about?